I want you to try this little production trick on your next bass line. If you think of how a real bass player plays the bass, no two notes are exactly the same. So to mimic that, you want to slightly change the shape of your bass with every note. But this is complete overkill, so I want to show you 2 steps you can set up in like 60 seconds to never have a boring bass line again. The first step is to slightly randomize the sustain of your bass so it's never the exact same. And the synth this bass sound is from is Serum, but you'll be able to do this in any software synth that you like, but in Serum it's super easy. You just go to the Matrix tab, and then for the source, you'll select Note on Random. And all this means is every time a new note plays, something is going to change. So this amount slider is going to set the amount that it's going to change. And then in the destination, we're going to select what we actually want to change every time a new note is played. And in this case, we want it to be the envelope 1 sustain. And you can hear with every new note I play, the sustain is just being moved around randomly, but I want to dial that back a little bit so it sounds more natural. And if you want to humanize this bass even more, you can set up the same thing with the attack, decay, and release too. Now, Serum won't actually show you this envelope moving around like I did at the beginning of this video, but if you look really closely, you can actually see these little blue dots moving around for the attack, decay, sustain, and release. You want to keep this step pretty subtle, so it's just a slight variation in each one. So we're done with step 1. Now step 2 is going to be the most important one, because this is what's going to give you full control over the energy of your bass. And if you want 50 new bass sounds for Serum, check out my Pro Bass Pack at bigzsounds.com. It also comes with a course that shows you how to reverse engineer iconic bass lines like this one from Fisher.
Take it off, slow, steady.
Before you pay for anything, you can try some of the sounds for free at bigzsounds.com. Now for step 2 of this bassline trick, we're going to drag this velocity modulation onto the sustain. And all this means is if we hit our keyboard really hard, the sustain of the bass is going to go up, and if we hit it soft, the sustain of the bass is going to go down. And I'll dial this back slightly, but the reason this is so cool is because now in our MIDI file, we're going to have complete control over the energy of this bass. Now when I change the velocity of a note, it's not actually going to be changing the velocity, it's going to be changing the sustain. So I have complete control to say, hey, I want the sustain of this first note to be longer, and then maybe I'll dial it back for these shorter notes. And you can go through your entire bass line and just feel out the energy that you want. So let's do a before and after with all these changes, and then I'll show you how it sounds in the full track. Now let's check it out in the full track. And if you want 50 new bass sounds for Serum, along with a course on how to write better bass lines, go check out my Pro Bass Pack at bigzsounds.com. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you next time. Peace.